Good morning, family. How you loving? How you loving? You are on day 268 of A Course in Miracles. Oh my goodness. Happy Sunday. I'm so happy to see all of you. I'm Reverend Valerie Love coming to you from Florence, Italy. If we have never met, if you are brand new here, welcome. We're all about uh, magic and you being free. Your freedom spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Freedom. You are on 365 days of A Course in Miracles. Let's begin. Deep breath. Ooh, does that feel good? Deep breath. Yummy. Deep breath. With each deep breath, relax. Deepen into who you truly are. Relax. Breathe deeply. Being still on the inside. Accessing tremendous power, love, and wisdom. Knowing that all we require is sourced from within, not from the outside. Everything you're looking for, you already have. When we do a PBG, pause, breathe, go within, it reminds us of the truth. Lesson 268. Let all things be exactly as they are. Here is our prayer. Let me not be your critic, Lord. We being critics of Source. Let me not be your critic, Lord, today and judge against you. Let me not attempt to interfere with your creation and distort it into sickly forms. All of this is done in the mind. Let me be willing. The Course uses the word willing over and over and over. Willingness. That would be the polarity of resistance. Resistance is us putting on the brakes. Resistance is us saying no when Spirit is saying go. Let me be willing. I'm willing, God. Oh, I'm willing to withdraw my wishes for its unity, and thus to let it be as you created it. Let me withdraw my wishes. The Course always tells us, it has told us over and over and over and over and over many different ways that there are 2 steps that are required, that we must remove, withdraw, drop, disintegrate, forgive something that's in the mind, and then choose truth. We must do both. We must do a cancellation and an acceptance. We must say no to something and yes to something else. We can't say yes to hate and love at the same time. We can't say yes to making trouble with people and yes to peace at the same time. We can't say yes to lack and limitation and yes to abundance and wealth, riches and prosperity at the same time. Pick one. And whichever one we pick, we must cancel the other. Cancel the thought or the possibility of any kind of lack or limitation or hate or depression or sadness or anything, fear, anything, resistance. Cancel it and embrace truth. It's active. We must be active. This is not a passive thing. Just lay there like a lover on your back and let God do all the work. This is not how it goes. You're active. We're active. And we are active. As the course lesson said, my salvation comes from my one self. Your salvation comes from your one self, yourself. For thus, nobody's going to come save you by us just sitting here being reactive. No, no, no. It's proactivity that gets us there. For thus will I be able to recognize myself as you created me. When we recognize the other, we recognize self. And when we recognize self, we recognize the other. In love was I created, and in love will I remain forever. Tell yourself, I was created in love, I remain in love forever. I was created in love, and I remain in love forever. I was created in love. Love created me like itself, and I remain in love forever. My life is not about fear. So when I get afraid to spend this money, or when I get afraid to make an investment, or when I get afraid to put my story in a book, or when I get afraid to get on that plane and go to that foreign country, or when I get afraid to move out of the United States, or when I get afraid to speak up and say what's really going on with me, we remind ourselves, oh, let me remind myself of the truth. In love, I was created. And in love will I remain forever. I remain in the love. My life is about love. My words are about love. My actions are about love. That love is my God. And my God is love. Perfect love casteth out fear. What can frighten me when I let all things be exactly as they are? That means that we are seeing truth. We are seeing things exactly as they are. We are seeing only God. So, what would we be afraid of? That is our prayer for today. Here is the thought: let not our sight be blasphemous today, nor let our ears attend to lying tongues. Only reality is free of pain. You see, the made up world is not free of pain. The made up world is the cause of pain. Reality is free of pain. And the very first day of the course, what did we read? What did we find out that the course is about? The course is about 3 lines. The first line, nothing real can be threatened. The next line, and they don't have to be in this order, you can put them in any order. Nothing unreal exists. Third line, herein lies the peace of God. The peace of God depends upon you knowing what is real and what is not real. The peace of God rests on that you must clearly understand, family, yes? That this third dimensional world that we're looking at is not real. Death is not real. Sickness and all these pains, they're not real. They're all made up in the mind, and that's where they're changed. Only reality is free of pain. Love is real, joy is real, bliss is real, peace is real, eternity is real, infinity is real, beauty is real. Fighting ain't real, sickness ain't real, death ain't real, separation is not real. It is critical that we understand, not just on a word I'm thinking in my mind. Yeah, I know life is real and death is not real. Well, that's our thought process. Yet, what happens to us when someone crosses over? Do we just completely lose it? If we do, then we really don't think that death is not real. If you know death is not real, you know that they changed form. Not that our human self wouldn't cry or wouldn't grieve or wouldn't feel, we would not be consumed by it and lost in it. Only reality is free of loss. Only reality is free of pain. Only reality is free of loss. Loss is not real. Only reality is wholly safe. You are safe at all times, no matter where you are. I was listening to Contra Queen yesterday, and she gave such an incredible, there's an incredible video on her YouTube channel called Why I Left America. I was like, sis, I know what you're talking about. And Contra Queen began to break down. She's in Mexico now, like many people. And she began to break down that, when she goes to these different places around the world, and she's in Mexico, and when she goes traveling to these different countries, she said people try to say, "Oh, you better be careful out there. What about the cartel?" And she said, I grew up in Brooklyn, and I grew up in Harlem, so I mean, it's probably not much worse than where we grew up. I think in terms of like what people would perceive as unsafe. We grew up in mean streets. Maybe you grew up on the south side of Chicago, or maybe you grew up, you know, in LA where they have the hoods and crips part of LA. I don't know. It makes us think we are not safe and that our safety depends upon a location. Your safety doesn't depend upon a location. You're as safe on the streets of New York as you are in Mexico, as you are in Russia, as you are in Budapest, Spain, Greece, and anywhere else. Your safety is a function and a mechanism of your consciousness, not where you are. We must understand this, family. You're not less safe because you went to Egypt. You can't be less safe and you can't be more safe because you are wholly safe. There is no more safe than wholly safe. Completely safe everywhere you go, no matter what. Last night I was walking on the streets of Italy, Florence. I got so hungry and it was raining outside, and I didn't want to go anywhere yet. I didn't really figure out. I wanted to go and get a good dinner, right? And I couldn't really figure out. Uber was not happening. So I said, "Oh well, I need to venture out here and go get something. Go get some good dinner, right? You haven't eaten." And I'm walking, and the darkness falls, and here goes the mind. What if somebody's around here? Somebody is around here. You. Oh yeah. Watch the mind. It's nutty. Don't believe it. You're not any less or more safe anywhere else because it says only reality is wholly safe. And if you stay in reality, you're always wholly safe, no matter where you are. Now, you wouldn't act like a nut and just walk into a Bloods and Crips meeting, talk about, I'm here because no matter where I go, I'm wholly safe. That would be called foolish. Wherever you go, you're safe. And it is only this we seek today. We're only seeking reality today. So when the Course says, Lesson 268, let all things be exactly as they are, what we're saying is, let reality reign in my world. And let me not be blasphemous in my seeing and see things that are not there. That is Lesson 268, A Course in Miracles. You are completely loved. Completely loved. You are completely and wholly appreciated. You are completely and wholly safe, watched over, looked after, cared for, tended to, doted upon by this great universe of love. You can't be out of the love. You can't lose. You can't die. And nothing can frighten you as long as you stay in the reality. What is the reality? Love, God. Nothing's coming for you. Nothing can get you. Nothing can kill you. Nothing can hurt you other than your own mind. That's the truth. I love you. Mwah. Peace, 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 peace. Kaisi out. See you tomorrow. We only have 97 days to go. I'm getting a little anxiety, but I did say my life is about love, so I can't have any anxiety about day 365. I'm staying in the love. I love you. Mwah. From Florence, Italy. Love you, love you, love you.